Franz Rice, Tegan Castlebar lead the way for Harlan tonight, a dominant win over Clarinda. Gentlemen, just first off, an impressive performance from the start for you guys. What are the thoughts on tonight's win?
We came out early, punched them in the mouth, so we came out of the gates, put up plenty of points, and with that came defense. We played great on defensive end, which then resulted in moving the ball and getting buckets on the other end.
Yep, and just getting bored, so like in the beginning and all the way through the game, it was really vital just win that.
So, Tegan, for you, you hit a couple of threes early on in the game, and that was your go-to throughout the night, was being able to get stuff outside. How big was that for you to be able to settle in?
It worked out pretty good, actually. Not too often I get knocked out a few shots, so that ended up happening tonight. I got lucky enough, and relying on everybody else to get to the lane and open up different lanes for me. So thanks to everybody else around the court, makes it better off for me.
Franz, you had, I think, 20 points tonight. Talk about your night offensively.
Well, I mean, just the people passing it in. I mean, they passed it in really well. I mean, they really did well at passing it in. And, yeah, it was just a fun night tonight.
4 in double figures for you guys tonight. What is it that makes this offense click?
We got a bunch of athletes out there, and they all make plays. So you get the ball in anybody's hand, somebody will get the job done, whether or not. So it's just awesome having a great group of guys out there that can work.
Franz, you had 11 rebounds, I think it was a double-double. Speak to that battle down low and being able to crash the glass tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just finding the path and just shooting through the gap, and that just really helped. Just finding the lane and getting the open board.
Seems like from an outsider's perspective, from game one to where we are now, you've grown, your skill set significantly. Where do you feel you've grown from the first game to now?
I mean, just like having more practices. I mean, coming off the dome, I mean, kind of started a little slow, but I mean, as I gained experience, I mean, it just really opened up my skill set.
How do you guys try to build off this win going forward?
Just keep up the pace, just no looking back. I mean, we're going to be getting Brad Kern back. That's going to be a huge help. Kind of get him back in the system, and he'll be a really big key.
Coming out Christmas break, tough road ahead, so gotta come out early and try and start out ahead and get a few wins quick.
All right, Coach, dominant from the word go tonight for your team. What'd you like? What stood out to you?
Well, we knew coming in we need to bring a heavy inside presence, and we knew if we could control the offensive and defensive glass, make the extra pass offensively and be patient, pass up a good shot to get a great one, and pound it inside, we were going to have a good night.
Early on, you guys hit like 4 threes in the first quarter. How big was that for you guys just to be able to settle in offensively?
Well, I think it just goes to show our senior leadership that we have, and a couple other young underclassmen that know their roles, and everyone's aggressive. We don't give anybody the red light necessarily, and as long as their hands and feet are set and we make the extra pass, let it fly, and then we got it on target and on time, and our shooters got their hands and feet ready. We're a pretty confident group.
4 in double figures tonight. What does that type of performance say about this offense?
That's about the second or third game going back to Red Oak and Glenwood that we've had about 4 guys in double figures and then a couple other guys chipping in ways that don't show up on stat sheets, like Joseph Rice and Franz and Jace Googles, and guys that know their roles, and other teams don't like their physicality when we got our 4th and 5th best players, what it might be on the court, and know their roles really well and get the ball to the targets on time and looking inside and making good passes.
Yeah, speak to the physicality. It was evident tonight with your guys' size, so that was something you were able to use to your advantage.
Yeah, we somewhat controlled the boards on offensive and defensive side. Gave up 6-0 boards and had, just a second here, we had over 20 offensive rebounds. So when we get that many second chances for points to go up, it's gonna yield in our possession, and that showed being 40-11 or whatever it was at half.
Is this the best performance you guys have had this year, you think?
Possibly the best offensive and defensive half in the first half. We lost in the third quarter, but they had some shots we knew would go in eventually as well. And having a better sense of urgency with the hand up and also being in help position would have helped a little bit. But we stepped off the gas for a little bit. But give Clarinda credit. Coach Eberle's an awesome guy, awesome coach. We knew they wouldn't quit, and they've got a good group of young men that they're coming into their own as well.
Heading into Christmas break, nice win to build off of going into it. What's the approach? coach?
We're taking it one day at a time. We don't make any excuses. We love when football runs a little bit deep. We love that, and we had a few less practices than other teams, and that's just the way it is. No excuses about it. And this team's really coming together and really gelling well, and everyone understands their role. And we're going to have 4 to 5 really good practices over break with a scrimmage and turn around, and we got LC and Glenwood right out of the chute.